Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Water Resources Department has resumed normal water cutoff procedures for customers who haven't paid their water bills. Staff is using a phased approach. Accounts with a high balance and no payments made, or accounts not covered under a payment plan, will be disconnected first. The city urges customers to pay any amount possible toward their monthly bill and to establish payment plans for the unpaid balance. Customers can take advantage of several payment options, such as an installment plan and a promise to pay plan. With an installment plan, payment of a past due account can be spread out over 6 months. A promise to pay plan applies to a short-term extension for one bill. Payment plans can be arranged by calling the city's contact center at 336-373-2489, weekdays from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Payments made online or by phone are not subject to a convenience fee. Financial assistance to pay water and sewer bills is available under the Federal Emergency Rental and Utilities Assistance Program. For more details, please visit Guilford County's website. Greensboro's Neighborhood Development Department is recognizing National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. Staff will raise awareness of the issue the week of October 24th and explain the benefits of the Lead Safe Greensboro program. Request staff to speak with your community group or organization, either virtually or in person. Contact Donna Dean Aguayo, the city's Lead Safe Program Assistant, at 336-373-2383. She will educate residents about the Lead Safe program, grants available to address lead paint hazards in a home, and how to arrange for contractors to provide lead hazard reduction services. Homeowners and landlords may qualify for a city grant for lead hazard assistance if a property was built before 1978 and is located within Greensboro city limits. Applicants must be a low to moderate income homeowner, or if a pregnant woman or a child under the age of 6 lives in or frequently visits the home. For more information, please visit the city's website. Creative Greensboro, the city's Office for Arts and Culture, is sharing its first annual report. Through a range of grants, artist contracts, programs, and partnerships, Creative Greensboro worked with more than 140 Greensboro-based creative individuals, organizations, and community partners during fiscal year 2020. Additionally, Creative Greensboro provided nearly $1 million in cash and in-kind investments. The office is impacting the community and enriching the lives of residents and visitors, as reflected by the 695,000 participant and audience experiences reported. Despite these impressive results, 2020 was catastrophic for the creative community. Some venues are still closed, many artists are still out of work, budgets are smaller, and the future is uncertain as the pandemic continues. Ryan Deal, who heads up Creative Greensboro, said, "We recognize there is still much more to do. We are grateful to work alongside many in the community to celebrate, support, grow, and strengthen the vitality of Greensboro through its arts, culture, and creativity." Through a range of programs, services, and partnerships, Creative Greensboro supports the development of a vibrant city. The city developed a partnership with Cone Health to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way for each of us to improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
How well do you really understand food labels? It's an important step in making healthy choices. Let's talk about what you should look for. The first thing you should look at in a nutrition food label is the serving size, because that's going to differ from the portion size. The nutrition serving size is based off of one serving of that food and beverage. You may eat more than one serving, and you'll have to account for that on the facts label as far as total calories, fat, all of those things. So the percent daily value, or capital D, capital V on the foods label, is going to be a guide for you as far as how much of one nutrient you should get per day. And that's based off a percentage out of 2,000 calories a day, which you may need more or less of, depending on your stature, activity level, things like that. As an example, if a food label has 5% daily value, that's going to be 5% of your needs of that nutrient per day. So when you're looking at the total fat in a product, you'd also want to go underneath that and look at the breakdown of the fat. So trans fat, saturated fat, and unsaturated fat. For saturated fat, or fats that are solid at room temperature, you'd really want to look to limit those, or again, have no more than 5% of your daily value for those foods. For trans fats, I'd really recommend avoiding foods that have trans fats. They're man-made, they're not natural, and really not something that you'd want to consume on a regular basis, whereas unsaturated fats are your healthy fats, and those are things that are helpful for your joints, for your brain health, and those are liquid at room temperature. So when you're looking for sugars on the nutrition fact label, you really want to focus in on those added sugars, because those added sugars are what you'd really want to limit or avoid. That doesn't provide any nutritional value in your diet, but does add up as far as your daily caloric allotment pretty quickly. You should definitely be looking at vitamins, minerals, and fiber that's listed on the facts label. Getting a variety of those types of nutrients is all really important for daily functioning, and also preventing illnesses, for anemia, osteoporosis, all those things you hear about that you get later in life. For daily fiber requirements, for adult males it should be somewhere around 37 grams per day, and adult females somewhere around 25 grams per day. And you can find those in any fruits, vegetables, or whole grains. And eating a variety of those foods, eating foods with color, making your plate colorful is all a really great way to make sure you're getting that variety. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this information has been helpful. If you're interested in more information, go to conehealth.com/healthyeating. I'm Lisa Balestrino.
Disney fans can get ready to gather on ice, and residents in District 2 are hosting a fun fall fest, farm style. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party, bringing the magic to guests through dynamic moments that take place on the ice and in the air from December 2nd to December 5th at the Greensboro Coliseum. Tickets go on sale Tuesday, October 12th at Ticketmaster.com. Embark on a quest with Mickey Mouse and pals as they follow Captain Hook's treasure map for clues to find Tinkerbell. Journey across the Marigold Bridge with Miguel from Disney Pixar's Coco into the magnificent and mystical land of the dead. Travel to the wintry world of Arendelle and sing along with Elsa as video projection creates a kaleidoscope of crystals to help build her ice palace. Witness Belle lift into the sky as the enchanted chandelier comes to life high over the ice. Demonstrate the power of teamwork when Buzz Lightyear, Woody, and Jessie recruit the Green Army Men for a daring rescue in Andy's room. Please monitor the venue website for health and COVID safety policies, including face coverings and entry requirements, which are subject to change. The Greensboro Coliseum is located at 1921 West Gate City Boulevard. Participatory Budgeting Greensboro will host Fall Farm Fest to teach composting classes and other fun fall activities. The event will take place at the Keeley Park Community Garden from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, October 16th. Admission is free. Learn how to reduce your household waste by composting and enjoy live music. The Big Apes food truck will be selling burgers and wings, and Kona Ice will sell shaved ice. Fall Farm Fest will also have vendors selling soul food, takeaway meals, baked goods, and craft items, jewelry, art, and fall decor. Be sure to grab a free pumpkin, one per family, while supplies last. This project was funded by the residents of District 2 under Participatory Budgeting Greensboro, a program that allows residents to decide how to spend city dollars. Fall Fest will take place at Keeley Park, located at 4100 Keeley Park Road. To learn more about participatory budgeting, visit the city's website. The Greensboro Fire Department is conducting its semi-annual fire hydrant testing through the end of October. All hydrants within the Pinecroft-Sedgefield Fire District and the town of Jamestown will be tested to ensure they are operating and able to produce the required water pressure as needed. Since testing is conducted during regular operating hours, it's impossible to know in advance when testing will take place in any specific area. Opening hydrants can sometimes cause a temporary discoloration of water in nearby homes. The discoloration is not harmful in any way and can be corrected by running the water for a few minutes. If you notice a hydrant is not working, please contact the Greensboro Water Resources Department. The fire department does not perform maintenance of the hydrants. Testing fire hydrants ensures the protection of Greensboro's residents. It also is an evaluation indicator used by the Insurance Services Office, which rates cities according to the fire protection they provide. The City of Greensboro is accepting applications from local organizations and city departments seeking assistance under the Federal American Rescue Plan. Coming up after the break, find out how to apply for this emergency aid. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. As COVID hospitalizations and vaccinations go hand in hand, so too is the recovery effort attempted to be made by the economy. The federal government is allocating funds to cities and counties as a way to help. Joining me now to talk about the American Rescue Plan is Sarah Hancock. She is a budget and management analyst in the city's budget department. Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for joining me. Tell us, for those who are not familiar, what is the American Rescue Plan and how much money will the city of Greensboro receive?
Sure. So the American Rescue Plan is a federal rescue plan that was enacted in January, which allocated about $103 billion to municipalities and counties across the country. We received at the city of Greensboro $56.4 million.
Wow.
So quite a bit of money, and we are at this point trying to figure out how to allocate those funds.
Okay, speaking of which, who is eligible to apply if they want to request these ARP funds?
Sure. So there's no real eligibility requirements as far as who, so much as projects. So when we're thinking about who we want to apply for these funds, we want people who have transformative ideas about how to make a lasting change at the city. We want people who have an impact on disadvantaged communities, qualified census tracts, working with those who have been most impacted by COVID-19, as well as those who really have a need that they see because of COVID-19 to improve the financial stability of our city and of our organization.
Okay, and as I mentioned at the top, of course, recovery and just bouncing back, trying to get the economy to where it was is the point. It's such a center point of many people. How can the community access the application and make sure that they know what they're doing to request the funding?
Sure. So if you go to the City of Greensboro's website, there's a nice big red banner right across the top that says click here to apply and learn more. But that website is greensboro-nc/ARP. And on that site, you'll find all kinds of resources, which include the application instructions, the actual application itself, which has about 15 questions, as well as review criteria, how we're going to be evaluating these, and lots of federal guidelines and information for people to look at.
Okay, and of course, everything has a deadline. I'm assuming that is no different here. What is the deadline, and what do you do for folks who do not have a computer?
Sure. So November 5th is the deadline, and everything will be asked to be submitted online. However, if somebody does need assistance with either getting the application in online or need to submit in a different way, they can contact me directly at 336-601-1640, and I can help them get the application entered, and we can take care of them.
Wonderful. That's always nice to know that the customer service is firsthand and personable. Now, you mentioned earlier that the application alludes to the review process, so can you tell us a little bit about who is reviewing the application and making the decisions as to the distribution of these funds?
Sure. So at the end of the day, the City Council ultimately makes the decision about how these funds will be allocated. But the Budget and Evaluation Department will be reviewing the applications for just completeness and making sure that they followed all the instructions appropriately. And then a group of city staff will priority rank them and really try to understand what each application is trying to accomplish. And then we'll make recommendations to city leadership to help them pass that along to the council. And decisions should be announced probably around February.
Okay, so there's a little bit of time there. So November 5th is the deadline to get these applications in, and we'll find out in February who the lucky, it feels like a lottery. Who are the lucky winners?
It is. In some ways it is, but at the end of the day, all of the applications will be reviewed for strategy and for the best and most impact that they can have on our community.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Sarah, thank you for stopping by and walking us through this process for the ARP applications. Come back and let us know in February or sometime in March how the money was allocated.
Absolutely, I will.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Stay tuned for some useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. In response to the growing cases of the COVID-19 Delta variant and to prevent its possible spread, all meetings of the Greensboro City Council are being conducted virtually. Beginning in November, the City Council will return to the chamber on level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Bennett College and Guilford Child Development are establishing a new early childhood education center at the Martin Dixon Intergenerational Center on the campus of one of the oldest historic black colleges and universities in North Carolina. The new center provides Head Start, Early Head Start, and North Carolina pre-K programs, primarily serving low-income families. State Senator Gladys Robinson, a Bennett College alum and member of the Senate's Education Committee, said as a Bennett Belle and former board chair, "We are aware of Bennett's successful history with its Children's House. We are proud of this partnership between Bennett and GCD to ensure readiness to learn for young children in Greensboro. We encourage others to follow such collaborations." Guilford Child Development Center operates 13 early childhood education centers in Guilford County as the largest Head Start, Early Head Start program in the state, serving more than 6,000 low-income children and their parents. GCD's dynamic programs strive to provide family-centered services, promoting educational excellence, health and well-being, community engagement, job readiness, and life skills training. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, hear from our neighbors who boomeranged back to Greensboro.
My name is Phoebe Murray, and I am a consultant in workforce retention and recruitment. I came back from the Triangle area because my family was ready to settle down and buy a home. Charles and I are fortunate that we're both primarily remote workers, so we have the flexibility to work from home at this point in our lives when we're trying to spend as much time as possible together with our family and watching our daughter grow up.
My name is JT Job, and I'm a software developer at Innovations for Learning. I left Greensboro in 2005, and it's changed so much since then. Greensboro is great for my career. Since I work remotely as a developer, there's a fantastic community of people working at a co-working space downtown. I love living in Fisher Park because it's so beautiful. The architecture, the trees, everything that you get with the historic district. And we have the beautiful actual park in the middle of the neighborhood that's just a great place to go walking with your dog.
My family and I love to just get out for walks in the neighborhood. We pop into Deep Roots and pick up groceries to cook for dinner. We love strolling around Fisher Park. It's just a beautiful neighborhood to live in.
I like to joke that this is the second pandemic our home's been through. It was built in 1913, so we know it's over 100 years old. My wife Keeley and I are expecting our first, and we couldn't be happier to be bringing her up in this beautiful house in this great neighborhood.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Piedmont Discovery app, a joint technology collaboration between High Point, Greensboro, and Guilford County, now highlights other municipalities within the Piedmont. Users can search for parks, trails, and recreational opportunities in Gibsonville, Jamestown, Oak Ridge, Pleasant Garden, Stokesdale, and Summerfield. Piedmont Discovery pinpoints outdoor amenities such as pickleball courts, playgrounds, and dog parks, as well as indoor recreation areas and facilities owned by parks departments throughout Guilford County. App users can search for parks or trails nearest to them, find directions, and connect with local Parks Department websites for more details about each location. The Piedmont Discovery app allows users to explore trails based on their level of difficulty and terrain. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Greensboro Planning Department. The city received the 2021 Marvin Collins Planning Award for Comprehensive Plans. The award is presented by the North Carolina chapter of the American Planning Association in recognition of the science and art of planning. The multi-year comprehensive plan titled GSO 2040 was recognized as a creative, online, interactive document with videos, maps, and cross-references with the city's land development ordinance. Way to go, Planning Department. As the Delta variant continues to spread, please remember to wear your mask, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download our weekly podcast, Talk City Greensboro, and now GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.